For some added insight on China's manufacturing sector, we're joined now by Jiajun, an assistant professor at Zhejiang University International Business School. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, S&P Global's latest PMI data shows expansion in China's manufacturing sector, albeit at a slower pace than the previous month. Is this an indication that policy support is working as intended, or is extra targeted stimulus likely?
Thanks so much for the question. Well, I do think that the latest PMI indexes are showing that the current policy support Chinese government has been working on, is doing well. I think in some sense, such as, the recent tax breaks and the credit expansion for the manufacturers. But I do think that we got to be a little bit more patient to see the full recovery in the manufacturing industry. And from what I said, technically this index is just saying that the factories are very busy, right, in China, and we got new orders and new products to be made. But that being said, there seems to be some slowdown in the growth pace, especially in the export-oriented and the energy incentive industries. So I think that it's mainly because, the external demand is still weak, given this ongoing global uncertainties in the business environment. So I don't think that we need a very big stimulus package for the moment. Instead, what we need is some more targeted support. Things like, investment in advanced manufacturing, high-tech manufacturing, green energy industries. So yes, I do think that policies are working, but just not overnight. So we still need to be patient. And I think what's more important now is just to keep these policies very precise and consistent, so these entrepreneurs can still, have more confidence that to invest and hire, especially for the small and medium-sized enterprises.
In particular, speaking of high-tech manufacturing and equipment manufacturing, those sectors outperformed the overall PMI. What does this differing momentum reveal about the shifts in China's manufacturing sector?
I do notice that, this big difference. That's actually one of the brightest spots in the data. And I think we're seeing very strong growth in things like, the new energy vehicles, digital equipment, and smart robotics. These industries, I think, benefit pretty much from our solid R&D department and spending and very cost-efficient local supply chains. So I do think that this differing momentum, is essentially a structural transition, or we can say that reshuffle across manufacturing sectors. Truly, I do think that the traditional and low-value manufacturing industries are facing much pressure, but still emerging markets, such as high-tech, like innovative industries, such as sustainable energy, AI-based industries, can still benefit much, and they are still expanding really fast and becoming new growth engines for Chinese market.
As to that traditional manufacturing sector, during the 15th five-year plan, China aims to build a modern industrial system. What are the significant opportunities and challenges facing traditional manufacturing sectors, and what strategies are required to optimise and to upgrade there?
I think really good question. Thank you for this one. I would like to touch more on that. So, everybody knows that China has already become the number one country in the manufacturing industry and has done really well, over the past 30 or 40 years since the economic reform. So I think the whole rest of the world must be very curious about how China can do to further upgrade the industries to an even higher level. So I believe now the biggest chance for the traditional manufacturers or all kinds of manufacturers is first going digital and second going green. So I think with smart manufacturing, even traditional manufacturers can achieve some new productivities. But truly, it's never easy, I think. It's always easier than set down. So there's still some real challenges. So I think there's three challenges. I think first one is financing problems. There's always a problem. The small firms cannot get enough funds to initiate some new green projects. And second of all, I think that, it's all about the talent shortage, that we do need some people who understand both tech and, the manufacturing industries, the application side. So I guess that today everybody, not every firm and every country even, is competing for these real talented engineers scientists. So I do wish I were an engineer in this age too. There exists, very exciting time to be part of this industrial transformation. So that's why I think that China should do something to educate the engineers and compete for that. And the last one I think is the regional gap. So we do see that there still exists very large variations and gaps in the development of the manufacturing industries across regions in China, and especially for the digital infrastructure and the technological diffusions. And it's not evenly spread out. So that's why these three challenges that we have to overcome before achieve some bigger goals. So that's why in shortage, in summary, I think that the ultimate goal of this 15th five-year plan is not just about making more, but making better, making smarter, and eventually turning made in China into intelligently made in China. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jiajun. Appreciate your time and your insights. He's an assistant professor at Jiajun University International Business School.